We, none of us, believe in ancient Sumerian magic, do we? Demons, malevolent spirits, vengeful gods from the dawn of time. They're surely only of archaeological interest. But Charles Templar was not so sure. He'd bought a Sumerian cylinder seal in a market in Cairo during the war. And now he was getting threatening messages written in ancient cuneiform demanding that he give it back to a demon called Asag. Asag scared the hell out of people in ancient Mesopotamia, and Templar, a rising young official at the British Foreign Office, managed to convince himself that Asag was really after him, which led him to consult Duncan Forrester, lecturer in archaeology at Barnard College, Oxford. Some of you will know Forrester from his previous adventures in the Age of Treachery and the Age of Olympus, but for those who don't, I'll remind you that during the war, he was part of Churchill's Special Operations Executive, charged with going behind enemy lines and setting Europe ablaze. And now he's back in Oxford, determined to put the war behind him and concentrate on his love for the ancient world. But when Charles Templar, soon after consulting him, turns up dead in bizarre circumstances at the British Museum, Forrester finds himself drawn deeper and deeper into the mystery. And when someone tries to assassinate Templar's boss, Ernest Bevin, the British Foreign Secretary, Forrester is drawn in even further and finds himself travelling with the Foreign Secretary on the newly refurbished luxury liner the Queen Mary, in case the assassin is aboard too. And when the ship arrives in New York and he accompanies Bevin to the converted ice rink, which then housed the fledgling United Nations, he discovers there are even more powerful forces at work. Because it's 1947, and the world has to decide whether to create a homeland for the Jews who've survived Hitler's concentration camps. The Age of Exodus challenges Duncan Forrester to the utmost, as he finds himself caught between his hero Ernest Bevin's determination to back the Arabs living in Palestine and the Holocaust survivors who were determined at any cost to get back to the land from which their ancestors were expelled 2,000 years ago. There is murder, mayhem and treachery galore, as well as a romance which seems to offer Forrester his best chance of happiness for years. I like to think the Age of Exodus offers us the opportunity to plunge into our collective past, as well as to understand how that past came to shape the world we live in today, to say nothing of trying to solve the mystery before Duncan Forrester does.